Welcome to our 2021 open house. My name's Scott Herman, and I'll be your child's teacher this year in room 17. In this video, I'm going to go over some of the curriculum and some of the routines here in room 17. Hope you enjoy. Let's take a look at a typical schedule for our classroom. Typically, kids will come in, get morning work started, and then we'll finish that up, go over it, or I'll collect it. And the first lesson of the day would usually be social studies. This year you might have seen that we're studying the United States, so that'll continue throughout the year. After that, we'll move into writing workshop or reading workshop. Typically in between there, at some point we have a special, and we also have a mask break. Then we move on to math, and on a typical day after that, we can sometimes fit spelling in, then go to lunch, recess. At the end of the day, we can fit in science, or sometimes we'll fit writing in. Here's a quick look at our specials. You see Monday is our day for art. That's with Ms. Libby. She's a new teacher. We also have a new teacher for music. That's on Thursday with Mr. Schmidt. Friday is media. Wednesday is library, and Tuesday, that's our gym day. That's with our veteran teacher, Mr. Corp. Taking a closer look at our fourth grade curriculum here, you're going to notice some of the same things you saw in third grade, reading workshop and writing workshop. This year in reading, we're doing a character unit. You'll see a lot of nonfiction reading starting in the winter. And in writing, you'll also see some essays, nonfiction writing. A big emphasis on nonfiction or essay writing this year. Ready math, what I can tell you about that is it does get tricky sometimes. This year's focus, multiplication and fractions. Ready math can get a little bit tricky, I find, because some kids come to fourth grade without having done much ready math in the past. I follow it pretty closely and we work our way through it just fine. Sitton spelling. We're going to talk more about spelling in a little bit, but the Sitton program is very good. We'll talk about that later. And Social Studies Alive. So let's go over the spelling. Like I said, it's the Sitton spelling program. You'll see some spelling lists come home this year, in fact 2 of them, for students to work on practicing at home. They're called the Spelling Preview List and the Words to Learn List. Usually I ask kids to study for at least 5 minutes a night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You'll see some skill work come home. Sometimes it'll say, Dear Parents, like you saw recently. And then every week or 2, there's no set day, we'll have a review test. When students get their review test back, the words they missed will be circled. Those circled words that kids missed become their new spelling words. And so you can see the Sitton program does a great job of specializing for each student. Each student will get their own words to study based on the words that they missed. So the words that come home are extra important because they are specific to your child. Also, as you see here, spelling challenges have been given out. Some kids may choose to study challenge words this year, which is great if they choose that. Okay, assessments. Not everyone's favorite topic, I know, but an important topic. So I want to talk about the assessments your child will be doing this year, starting with Fountas and Pinnell. So that's the reading assessment that we give, where you may be familiar with a letter that your child gets, L, M, P, Q, R, which shows their reading level. Anyone interested, contact me. I can give you your child's letter and their reading level. They should also know it. You can ask them. STAR, so that's our math and reading assessments we do. The math quizzes, those come home once in a while. You may see them, they're front and back. We do spelling review tests, which I talked about earlier. And we have not done social studies tests yet, but we've done a social studies map quiz or 2. There are still some chapter tests to come in social studies. We'll talk more about them when time comes closer. Okay, by now you probably have an idea about what I expect for homework. Monday through Thursday. No homework on the weekends, no homework on Fridays. Usually the homework will be a math or a spelling worksheet. You've seen some of these come home already. Practice book math sheet. maybe a fix it for spelling or a stretch it for spelling. Maybe you've seen some spelling come home that says Dear Parents. This year I'm also looking for students to do some studying at home. Studying spelling words for a few minutes. Studying for a map quiz. Things that maybe you've already seen happening. In addition, I'm looking for kids to do nightly reading, or maybe possibly in the morning. 25 minutes per night or morning. This part is very important. You know, if I picked one thing that to do at home, that would be the most important thing this year. It would be the nightly reading. So far, kids seem to be doing a good job with it, filling out their reading logs and picking books that are appropriate and at their level. Usually if there's a problem with nightly reading, it has something to do with that, like the reading level. Just contact me if you're having trouble, if your child's having trouble with doing the reading at home, and I can definitely help you or help them with that problem. But like I said, so far so good. I've got tons of great books. Just let me know if anyone needs help. Okay, next I'd like to talk about our emotional intelligence here in room 17. You may have heard of the mood meter, and you maybe have heard about our classroom charter. So those are some things we're doing to take care of our mind, to share our feelings. The mood meter. You'll see here on the mood meter, it's a way to express our happiness and our energy. So the higher up here on this chart, the more energy we have, and if we've got a lot of happiness as well, we'd find ourselves in the yellow. Of course, you can see here that if we're not too happy and we have low energy, we'll be in the blue, and so on and so forth. So children are able to plot themselves on the mood meter on a daily basis and even throughout the day if they choose. Just a good way for kids to share their feelings. Maybe something's bothering them, and this is a good way for them to bring that to my attention. The classroom charter is very important. It's a document we came up with together. We all wrote it as a class, and it goes like this. In room 17, we want to feel safe, happy, respected, and healthy. We also want to feel smart and at ease. To achieve this, we all agree to follow directions, follow school and classroom rules, and pay attention. We will also agree to follow all COVID safety measures and treat others the way we want to be treated. Okay, next I'd like to talk about organization, another very important part of this school year. You may see your child coming home with a folder, nice and organized. The homework in the folder, some papers to show you, notices. A very, very important part of a successful school year is organization. In school, kids will have folders in their desk labeled for each subject. They'll have a notebook for writing, a notebook for social studies. You'll see all throughout this work that neatness is important. Organization, neatness, even spelling. For example, if the question says, when did Abraham Lincoln give the Gettysburg Address? And a student writes the answer, Abraham Lincoln gave the address, and they spell Abraham Lincoln wrong. That's a concern I have, because if it's written right in the question, the student should spell it correctly. And you'll see, I'll remind students about this quite a bit this year. It's also just that paying attention to the spelling is just a good way to become a better speller. A few other things for organization. I'd like name and date to be on each paper, first and last name. And you also see an assignment book that comes home and keeps your child organized. If you have any comments, questions about that, please let me know as well. Finally, I want to go over the COVID protocols I'm sure you're all familiar with. Children are all wearing their masks. They're getting mask breaks. Mask breaks are usually at gym time, lunchtime, recess time, snack time. I can also bring them outside or in the caf for a break. Finding that kids are having a little bit of trouble distancing, masks on, masks off, we still need to distance. So constant reminders about that, and then we're doing okay. Sanitize, wash your hands. I will say it often, every day. And of course, like I said in an email, anyone's not feeling great, just stay home, okay? Especially with a fever or any symptoms. Please just have your child stay home. Any questions, comments you have, you know how to reach me. I have my school email, which you can reach me Usually for bigger topics, longer emails, send that to my email, and anything quick you want to just send a text, I can respond quicker to that. But like always, don't hesitate to reach out, email, text. We can talk on the phone if that works too. I know we're doing Google Meets, so we can meet that way as well. Please just let me know, and I appreciate your time watching this video. Thanks for watching. Take care.